Hey, 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 Superior Shave fans! It's a very special day for a couple of reasons. First, I will show you something that I got from overseas. This is the old malt cask, a Laphroaig, and this Laphroaig was in a sherry butt, a refill sherry butt, for 16 years. So I don't know how things are at Laphroaig in general, but it would be pretty odd. I have never personally seen at a liquor store a sherry specified Laphroaig by any of the independent bottlers. You don't get a lot of independent Laphroaig in the first place, and none of their core range is something that I would associate with being sherried. So love these old malt cask guys. They're I don't think they're the kind that are just an opportunist bottler just finding whatever is left over from a warehouse that was too full. I think that they have a sense in mind of what spirit they want to pair with what cask, because every time they seem to do that. So this is one of the most expensive bottles I have ever bought. I'm sure you'll be shocked to find out that I am a very anal person with everything that I do, including the consumption of this stuff. And so, you know, wanting to know how much it costs me to drink these things, I will figure out, let's say you order half a dozen bottles and have them imported. Well, you have the duty bill, and then you have the carriage for the weight of the thing. So the duty I'll figure out as a tax on the base amount, and then the carriage, I'll just kind of open up the bottles, open up the package, weigh all the bottles, figure out how many meaningful grams are inside, and then divide that by the cost. And then you calculate your banker fee and whatever. So I'll get it all figured out, exactly how much, what is the true final cost of each bottle. And I have it on a little Excel sheet that I keep called Scotch Habit. And yeah, I figure out not only how much it costs per bottle, but then, you know, some of them will be 40% the minimum, and some of them will be 55, 60% ABV. So standardizing it to how many units of alcohol would be in a 5.5% 12-ounce beer, which is around 19 millimeters. I will figure out how much it costs me per equalized unit of a, I just specified it at 46% ABV for my cost per drink calculation. So in the cost per drink of this one, it is $11.22, which is, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I paid more per drink to have. So let's have just a little hummingbird snort, because not that 11.2 is so crazy, but I'm sure that there's very few of these to go around, and when it's gone, it'll be gone. One of 742 bottles charged from a refill butt. Oh yes. So you get the medicinal heavy peat maritime strength of the Laphroaig, but there's that chocolate leathery sherry sweetness. Mm. Mm. Oh. Oh, that is so good. It makes you want to cry. Oh my goodness. Man, is that one beautiful Scotch whiskey. Whew. I mean, I love Laphroaig. It's not for everyone, let's say it very lightly. But yes, there's the base of all the things that make Laphroaig, and then overwhelming that so much is the sherry influence. And boy, wow, that's good. It's a little sweet, but still very Laphroaig-y. A sweet finish. Still plenty of smoke. Mm. Oh, man. Okay, so that's a very special Scotch whiskey, and it leads me into my soliloquy about another special thing I want to show you for sale, of course. So what do I have here? I have a Dovo razor that has been discontinued for at least 5 years. Dovo used to have a model, number 95. It was called the Best Class. The Dovo Best Class was a stainless steel 5/8 razor, but it wasn't the same blank as the rest of the 5/8 razors. It was a blank that was unique to it, and they gave the production of this one to their very best grinders. So it's known for having a truly exceptional grind, worthy of that name, Best Class. And before I publish this as a website, I'm going to bust out my stuff that I almost never use anymore. My little light pointing thingamajigger down here from Novoflex, the cold light source, because I don't want those pictures to be having any darkness on the concavity of the front of the razor. I want it to be showing to you really well. And I'm going to take out the large format camera and make one where it's not parallel, where it's going like this, and I got the tilt and the light coming in, all that shit. You're going to love it. So looking at it, I mean, it just looks exceptionally well made. I can't really tell as I look at it that it's that much different than the number 41 5/8 model. The only thing I could see is the little shoulder area, the little triangle of space that's ground off for the shoulder is, there's more ground off, and then along the grind line here and here, you can see it sort of triangulates a little bit, like a little bit of a wedge. And it is a very thin razor. And they made it 2 different models. They made 95-5835 was this, which is desert ironwood, a beautiful wood primarily from Arizona, but from the southwest United States, maybe a little bit of northern Mexico. And ironwood is known for, when you get the limbs of the tree, no matter how much you sand it and stuff, you'll still feel these grooves. You'll still feel, if you close your eyes, you could still feel something there. And it's a very craggy surface. It's just absolutely beautiful stuff. They also had 95, number 585, which was snakewood. So we got 3 pieces. I tend to think that Dovo is bemused by my continual efforts to plug them and to know everything there is to know about them. So when they find things, invariably that come up in their disorganized warehouse, they'll say, hey, we found 6 razors of this behind a box. You want those? So I always take them. This was always a very low production razor. When we started in 2009, 10, 11, 12, we ordered it every year. Back then, you would order things anywhere from 4 months for a common model to a year ahead of time for an exclusive model. So this would be an exclusive model. You'd order 12 pieces, you'd wait a year, and they'd mail you 5 or 6. I mean, it was something that was very, very low. Definitely never got 12 pieces at once, and probably had certainly less than 100 pieces in our time that we were selling it. They used to make a cased pair that had one of this one and one of the snakewood version of the same thing. But so they had 3 pieces, and we got 3, and I'm going to show them to you. And then this 3rd one here, man. This one is so beautiful that even I couldn't sell it. I don't need this razor, but being as it's so ridiculously rare, I could not in good conscience sell it knowing that I could never ever replace it. So why is it so rare that you ask? I will show you with a close-up. So can you see that that's engraved? That's not lasered, that's stamped in, which they stopped doing, I don't think, any later than 2010. So that is officially the rarest razor I've ever seen from Dovo. I've never seen this before, and I will cherish it and shave with it.